Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'du, fa'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. These are the Ramadan Daily Quran Studies for the year 2026, compiled by Zahid Aziz and produced by Ahmadiyya Anjuman Ishaat Islam, Lahore, UK.
Study 24, Pilgrimage, Ḥajj, 1. As an institution, Ḥajj, or the pilgrimage to Mecca, existed before the advent of Islam from very ancient times. The belief that the territory around Mecca is sacred and that the Kaaba is the center of pilgrimage existed since long ago. There is no record showing that this belief was introduced at any time within known history. Among Arabs before Islam, the Kaaba was known by the name Bayt Allah, or House of God, and they believed that no enemy could destroy it. All the main features and ceremonies of the pilgrimage in Islam existed before the coming of Prophet Muhammad. They were based on the authority of the Prophet Abraham. However, before the time of the Prophet Muhammad, people had added various idol worship practices to it. Idols had been placed in the Kaaba and at other important places. The Kaaba itself had within it 360 idols which were worshipped. Another wrong practice was that some tribes considered themselves as too high to mix with others during the pilgrimage. Even before Islam had made the pilgrimage as a duty of Muslims and reformed it, it recognized the sacredness of Mecca and that the pilgrimage to it was a practice established by Abraham. While the Holy Prophet was still at Mecca, he was told in his revelation to say to people,
إنما أمرت أن أعبد رب هذه البلدة الذي حرمها وله كل شيء.
I am commanded only to serve the Lord of this city, who has made it sacred, and to him belong all things. 27:91. The Quran also says that Abraham had prayed to God as follows:
وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا الْبَلَدَ آمِنًا وَاجْنُبْنِي وَبَنِيَّ أَن نَّعْبُدَ الْأَصْنَامَ.
And when Abraham said, My Lord, make this city secure, and save me and my sons from worshipping idols. 14:35.
رَبَّنَا إِنِّي أَسْكَنتُ مِن ذُرِّيَّتِي بِوَادٍ غَيْرِ ذِي زَرْعٍ عِندَ بَيْتِكَ الْمُحَرَّمِ رَبَّنَا لِيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ فَاجْعَلْ أَفْئِدَةً مِّنَ النَّاسِ تَهْوِي إِلَيْهِمْ وارزقهم من الثمرات لعلهم يشكرون.
Abraham said, Our Lord, I have settled a part of my offspring in a valley unproductive of fruit near your sacred house. Our Lord, that they may keep up prayer, so make the hearts of some people yearn towards them, and provide them with fruits. Perhaps they may be grateful. 14:37. It is important to emphasize the above facts because critics of Islam allege that it was only after the Holy Prophet had migrated to Medina and then won the Battle of Badr that he began to look forward to conquering Mecca. They say that in order to create a basis for his conquest, he thought of declaring Mecca as a sacred city and a place of pilgrimage. However, the pilgrimage had been declared a part of Islam while the Holy Prophet was still at Mecca. Very shortly before his departure from Medina, the Quran stated,
وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ مَكَانَ الْبَيْتِ أَلَّا تُشْرِكْ بِي شَيْئًا وَطَهِّرْ بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ وَالْقَائِمِينَ وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ.
And when we pointed to Abraham the place of the house, saying, Do not set up any partner with me, and purify my house for those who make circuits and stand to pray and bow and prostrate themselves, and proclaim to mankind the pilgrimage, they will come to you on foot and on every lean camel, coming from every remote path. 22:26-27. Abraham had been commanded by God to establish the practice of pilgrimage to Mecca, to the house known as the Kaaba, as stated above. The command, proclaim to mankind the pilgrimage, was addressed to Abraham, and it was again addressed to the Holy Prophet Muhammad. It contains a great prophecy that Mecca will become the center to which people will come for pilgrimage. It was announced just at the time when the Holy Prophet was being driven away from Mecca by his enemies, who were the sole masters of the place. Just when Mecca seemed to have lost every chance of becoming a Muslim center, and when the Muslims themselves were in danger of being entirely destroyed, a great prophecy is announced in the strongest words that Islam will spread to all countries of the world, and Mecca will become the universal center to which pilgrims from all nations will come. It was also prophesied in the Bible that this would happen. The prophet Isaiah, who appeared among the Jews about 1400 years before the Holy Prophet Muhammad, foretold to them, It shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains, and shall be raised above the hills, and all the nations shall flow to it. Isaiah 2:2. Being the highest and raised above the hills does not mean physical height. It means, of course, being the highest in dignity and honor in the hearts of mankind. As foretold by Isaiah to his people, all the nations shall flow to it, and the Kaaba is that house of the Lord to which all the nations come. The Quran says,
وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا.
And when we made the house a resort for mankind and a place of security. 2:125. Isaiah had prophesied the same. God said to him not only about his nation, the Jews, but also all nations, I will bring them to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. For my house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations. Isaiah 56:7. End of study 24.
Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Quran al-Azim wa nafa'ana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim innahu ta'ala jiwadun karimun malikun barurur rahim.